Tale of the Nine-Tailed Episode 1 Recap. Episode 1 introduces us to JoBoAh, a little girl who had a brush with the supernatural as a child, and Lee Yun, a nine-tailed fox who awaits the return of his one true love. Tale of the Nine-Tailed Episode 1 introduces us to DongWooko, as a nine-tailed fox Lee Yun, who broke the holiest rule among the fox spirits by falling in love with a human girl Eum. Not only that, he decided to leave his post as the guard of a mountain range to ensure that his lover can be reborn after her death. The belief that a fox can only fall in love once seems real even among fox spirits, because Lee Yun continues to wait for her. He arrives to save JoBoAh, as a little girl 21 years ago, who met with an accident while driving down a road at night in JoBoAh, and later had to see monsters take over her parents' bodies. Any memory of the night, and before he leaves, he asks the little girl if she is Aeum. He performs some spell and learns that she isn't and goes right after. Now, 21 years later, JoBoAh, has become a producer who works on a TV show that produces content regarding supernatural presence in the country. So she tracks down anything that seems like it has to do with something supernatural. She also hasn't forgotten what happened to her as a child entirely. From Lee Yun's voice to even the familiarity that she feels when she sees him coincidentally at a wedding, Lee Yun was hunting a fox who lived as a human and was about to get married. Everything about him is suspicious, and when she ends up connecting him to another incident, she ends up getting a good shot of him on tape. She also ends up posting it at places that gain the public's attention, and this leads to JoBoAh receiving unwanted attention herself. It turns out, Lee Yun doesn't have that great relationship with his brother Lee Rang, Kim Beum. After having met her, Lee Rang gets hugely intrigued by how sharp she is despite being a human, and how she catches him playing his own game when he appears to give a fake testimony about Lee Yun. He decides to trap Lee Yun in something else entirely, and causes passengers' death on the bus in the same route that JoBoAh lost her parents. JoBoAh also ends up being on site right after an accident occurred, and this ends up becoming the beginning of JoBoAh's life getting tangled with that of otherworldly beings. For starters, one of the high school students that JoBoAh saves is none other than Lee Rang in disguise, and when he gets some time alone with her at her home, he ends up trying to attack her. Lee Rang is not aware that she just acted as bait to capture everything that he would end up doing on camera. Instead of a simple show, however, JoBoAh ends up catching a fight between two foxes' spirits on camera, and despite Lee Yun trying to wipe her memories, the recording helps her regain memory. She uses the recording to test Lee Yun and falls from his penthouse, taunting him to catch her, and get the recording if he can. The minute she confirms that he is not human, she injects Lee Yun with something, and right then, the episode ends. What does JoBoAh plan to do with him, and can she handle what awaits her if she continued her acquaintance with him is something that we will see in the upcoming episodes. However, what makes us slightly happy is that we do not have to watch another lead female actor portray a fox who is manipulative, or a fox at all for that matter. Sure, this show has other female foxes, but including all genders, and making the lead male character a Gumiho helps. Tale of the Nine-Tailed Episode 3 Release Date. Tale of the Nine-Tailed Episode 3 will release on the 14th of October 2020, at the time 10:30 p.m. KST on TVN, or VIKI. New episodes drop every Wednesday and Thursday, on the streaming website VIKI as well as on TVN.